this is Lauren and Michael with Lapa'au Farm, and today we want to talk about the 3 keys to good germination and the tools we use all the time to make sure that we have great germination. So take it away.
So, I wish I would have known this 9 months ago, so we wouldn't have had so much failed attempts and lots of money down the drain. But for us, what has worked best is making sure, of course, your seed is good. Make sure that you store your seed in the fridge. If you're storing your seed anywhere else, you have a high likelihood that that seed germination rate is going to go down. And you're going to look at your fields 5 days later and ask, what's wrong? It could be the water, could be not seeding deep enough, could be the birds, could be erosion from too much rain. And for us, all those factors have been the case. The first one is good seed. We always store our seed in the fridge. Always make sure that we have good germination rates through that. The second one that we've just learned over the last few days actually is seeding deep enough. We've only been seeding about 1/4 of an inch, and especially when it's not wet, the seeds end up staying on top of the surface, and as our jaying seeder goes across the top, it actually ends up spreading the seeds not in perfect rows. We've ended up going 1/2 inch deeper, and through that we have perfect germination that you can see in our back little field. That's been probably the biggest game changer for us. Good compost on top allows good moisture retention, so we also have great germination with good compost. I'd recommend always layering every time you seed, if you're going to direct seed, with compost on top. At least 1/2 inch of compost, if not more. The third one is enough water. You never want to leave your soil dry. If you have an overhead sprinkler system, it's going to be the best way for you to get good germination. If you have drip system, you're going to probably want to overhead that for the first few days of germination to make sure that you have good moisture retention inside of the soil.
And one thing we've noticed too, I mean, we live on Maui, so we get quite a bit of rainfall. As you can see, there's rain clouds above us. But even with getting quite a bit of rain where we live, we still need to make sure that we're getting enough water on the beds right after we seed and the few days after that.
Yeah, with the sun, when it comes out, it dries pretty quickly, those top inch or two. So the compost also helps with that retention as well. 2 bonus tips that also we use, dependable on if we need it or not, is this agribond that you can see right there. That is a little fine cloth that helps create moisture retention in the soil. The sun doesn't dry it out, so we don't have to water as much. The other bonus tip for that is we don't have birds eating all of our seeds. Not all the seeds that we seed have issues with birds, such as arugula and mustards, because they're too spicy, but our salad green seeds, our sugar snap pea seeds, and some of our beet seeds, etc., the birds love those. And if you have mice love the seeds as well. The other bonus tip is actually to make sure you have good compaction on your soil. I know everyone talks about making sure that soil is super loose, but if that soil is too loose and you don't have enough contact between the soil and the seed and the moisture holding it in between, then that seed's not going to really want to germinate. It wants that warm, wet environment for it to come up into the sun. So make sure if you don't have good compaction, you can buy a bed roller and you can roll it out, or wet your bed first, and naturally that'll create some good compaction and moisture retention before you seed.
So we want to hear from you. If you are a farmer that has kind of a market style garden, we want to hear what are your tips and tricks in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you found it helpful, we'd love to hear a comment.
And we also want to hear what kind of seeders are your all favorites. We use the jaying. We don't use any of the 6 seeders here, and we love the jaying. We have fallen in love with the jaying and potentially might bump up to the 6 jaying seeder instead of just a single one that we use, but currently that is more than enough for us right now. So if you'd like, subscribe down below, put in your comments and questions, and we will see you next time. Aloha.